Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. On the Ethereum chart, we haven't really seen much movement today. In my first video earlier today, I suggested that we were likely forming some kind of a small bull flag there, and that I'd like to see a little bit further upside continuation because this didn't look finished. So it's this small triangle. You might not see that now on the screen, but this tiny triangle suggested upside trend continuation, which then also happened. The price reached the next Fibonacci level at 3,840. And I still think there could be one more high before this circle wave 3 or the white wave 3 finish. And the next upside target is at around $4,000, so like 3,988. I'd prefer if the price could form one more high. It doesn't absolutely need it. Okay, so even in the yellow scenario, in which we are following here this kind of diagonal pattern to the upside, the third wave has already done what it needs to do. It doesn't need to go any higher. But looking at the microstructure here, I think it looks a bit unfinished. Could get one more high. But if a deeper pullback occurs now, this is the support region. It hasn't changed to my previous updates. I'm not sure if I showed you that in my previous video already, but obviously throughout the day I cover Ether a few times on Discord, and the support region was already communicated. That hasn't changed because since the price reached that 1.786 extension, it hasn't actually made a higher high. So that support area is always measured against the high. Support is between 3,570 and 3,176. It really takes a break below 3,176 to suggest a substantial top has formed. That's because we're dealing with a diagonal pattern in the yellow count. And if this is the case, then we have to give the wave 4 space. I mean, ideally, the wave 4 wouldn't break below 3,290. That's the 50% fib level. And microstructure-wise, in this yellow count, I still think, as you can see here, one more high would be ideal. So short-term bullish count is quite clear, I think. One more high expected, or at least, preferred. Then if that one more high forms, then I will have to adjust the support region. So I might do that depending on when that happens, maybe overnight, tomorrow. And then the support will be adjusted, as I can show you. Maybe we even stretch a bit higher, but sort of 3,988 is sort of the next key fib. And then the support area would change accordingly. So to confirm that a low is really in place here of this entire correction that started in March, I need to see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 3-wave pullback A, B, C, and I will then offer a support zone for it. And we can call that a 1, 2 setup, and then from there the price could rally in a third wave to new all-time highs. In the white count, we're dealing with a B-wave rally. I think I shared that with you in the previous video. If this is a B-wave rally, then this move down was the A-wave. The move down is an aggressive B-wave, and we could still come down in a C-wave later. But ideally, we don't do that because this move up is so aggressive. It looks quite impulsive. I think this C-wave seems to be an impulse in the third wave. But yeah, I have to point it out because we still have only 3 waves up, and that risk just exists. This bottoming structure, definitely not satisfying, very, very messy structure. But as you know, I say it all the time, these cryptos, they rally from very ugly bottoming structures sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. And therefore, I can only share with you the support region and prefer one more high, basically. Now, let's take a look at so there's not much more to say here. Really, there isn't. So let's take a look at the daily chart as well, just as a quick reminder. So this looks really good actually on the daily chart here, what ETH is doing. I actually have shown here on the daily chart the direct breakout count already, how it could in 5 waves. Yeah, so obviously we could be in this third wave, just showed you that. On the smaller time frame, that's actually yellow. Here on the larger time frame, because that's just the color I'm using here, it is white. And in this count, we have 3 waves up so far. It actually reached here on the daily chart the next fib, 3,840. And then we could get this 4th wave pullback that I just showed you, and then one more high could already complete this entire 5th wave circle wave 5. Yeah. Possibly after the fourth wave, targeting like 4,080, but ideally 4,400, maybe even a bit higher. These are the next levels. Key is this is probably, I mean, even if we stretch a little bit higher, as I just showed you on the smaller time frame, these 5 waves can complete the next larger degree circle wave 5 of the even larger third wave, and then this would be an even larger fourth wave correction that's following. So I think this rally might not carry on very long. So I think we might maybe even stretch to all-time highs, but then the next larger correction is due. So prepare for that, maybe also mentally. Very dynamic. That's the thing with crypto. You know, these rallies, they can be very, very aggressive. That's my update about ETH. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.